Welcome back to The Breakfast Show. Now, Aisha, you're a relatively new mum, so you're probably familiar with this next topic, baby wearing.
Yeah, well, baby wearing is basically carrying a baby or a child in a sling or another form of a carrier. Now, it's actually been practiced for centuries all around the world, and a lot of people believe it has a lot of benefits. Now, many of which we'll tell you in a few minutes.
Yes, but today, baby wearing has got a modern twist to it, and here to share with us her version of it is the creative director and founder of JumpSac Baby, Shazrina Ismail. Welcome to the show, Shaz.
Good morning.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, apart from my basic or brief description of what baby wearing is, maybe you can elaborate a little bit more on what it is.
Well, baby wearing, I mean, the term itself means like the act of carrying a baby in a carrier or any form of carrier, be it just a piece of cloth that you wrap around your body to form a carrier. That is.
I mean, I remember seeing this with our nenek moyang, you know, with the sarong and then the baby.
Yeah, the batik lepas, right?
But you've given it, you know, a brand new twist. You've made it more fashionable.
Yeah.
Of sorts.
Well, the reason that I wanted to make it more fashionable because I see like the young moms especially are not too keen of wearing batik lepas when they go out shopping, right?
Yes, they need something to match with their outfit.
Yeah, that's the thing. So with this new concept of wearing a baby, I mean, I make it a lot easier by putting a ring and I make it more fashionable. And I have actually seen many young moms out there shopping with their baby, wearing the sling,
Yeah, it's so simple. Though, how did you actually, you know, start with JumpSac? You know, how did the idea come to you? You know, how long did you think about it?
Well, it actually, the idea came about when my son was born. Okay, when he was a newborn, he is such a colicky baby. So I was like a zombie for the first 3 months of his life. Yeah.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah. You know, colicky babies needs to be held upright, right?
Right.
So even when he's napping, he likes napping upright. You know, I'm like, I can't do any work. So I started looking for suitable careers. So, but back then when my son was smaller, there isn't any much careers available, right?
No, so there was nothing prior to JumpSac. There was nothing here in Malaysia.
Yeah, so I had to source overseas. I just buy one just to try it out. And then it's a decent enough career to hold my son's weight then. So, and then I started thinking, then why not I do the same thing in Malaysia, just make it more fashionable, more comfy. So I added the padding on the shoulder. And then that's how it all started. Yeah.
Okay, so you said, you know, you couldn't do any work because basically both your hands were tied. But this, I understand, is not the only benefit to wearing your baby.
Yeah. Okay, the immediate benefit is that you get to born your baby a lot more easily, right? And baby is just right there. So, and then you get all these cues. If, let's say, they are hungry, before they started crying, you already know that they are hungry, right?
Yes, because they're right there.
Yeah, and especially if you're breastfeeding, and with some practice, right, you can just breastfeed your baby in the crib itself. Yeah,
yes,
and continue shopping.
I know, it's so convenient.
But also, it's a benefit for the child as well.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Okay, the child itself, this is from what I've seen with my son. He is more confident. You know, because he's so secure with me, he's like, can't wait to get away from me because it's like, oh God,
like enough,
yeah,
so
rather than quite the opposite, you know, when you have a clingy child, this one is just so used to being to you.
Yeah.
Okay, which actually leads to the next question. Maybe a lot of people would think, you know, talking about clingy children, that baby wearing can actually lead to a child always wanting to be near mum.
I have always had people asking me that question, and initially I thought my son is going to be clingy too. But by the time he's like 1 year old, when he's already walking on his own, he's like, you know, I don't want to be in the carrier anymore. It's like I'm the one having withdrawal symptoms. But he would occasionally want to be in the sling, only that he's not clingy, you know?
So you started when he was, say, 3 months, and he's now 1. So how long can you use...
He's actually 3 now.
Oh, he's 3 now?
Yeah. So how long can you use, you know, JumpSac?
So there is a different carrier for different age of child.
Right.
All right.
Okay, for a newborn, it's best to use the ring sling as was shown with the visual just now, right? The ring sling in which you can wear the sling, your baby, from newborn up until about 2.5 years old, maybe. Yeah. And then you can move on to a more sturdier carrier, two-shouldered carrier, which is more comfy, especially when you are going for traveling. Yeah. So that one can carry up to 3.5-year-old. Yeah. Wow. But if you're not too keen of using the buckle type carrier, you can use the May tie kind, in which you tie it all up, like the Japanese moms and the Chinese moms. Yeah, so it depends on baby's age and your preference also on which care you want to use. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's really cool. There are a lot of choices for you to take. Now, I actually did hear, okay, now we've spoken a little bit about benefits for the child, you know, for the mum can actually get to know and hear the cues of the child. But I actually did hear about the other side of that, you know, the side effects for the mother, you know, the heavier the child, you know, back pains and all that come along with it.
Okay, I would suggest wearing the amount of weight that you can carry. I mean, don't overdo it. If let's say you have back pain and you can carry only like little babies, below 1 year old, then just do that and let your husband do all the heavy lifting.
I was going to say, you know, it's not only for mums, it's for dads too.
Yes, that's why they have a lot of, you know, macho designs so that dad will approve. And
they have neutral colours for the men.
Yeah. Yes, that is definitely right.
So they won't be ashamed walking around with some flowered, you know, sling.
So where are these JumpSac slings and carriers available now?
Well, mostly they are buying online now at my website at shop.jumpsacbaby.com. Yeah, but if let's say you want to go to the other brick and mortar stores, well, I have a listing on my website on the retailers. For example, you can buy them at Kano, at the Curve, and then the Sami Pyramid, Ampang Park. Yeah. Now, like, quite everywhere. So
congratulations. You know what, for 3 years, a company, a brand, a product that's been around for 3 years, you've actually grown quite fast.
So we must ask you, how much do they retail for?
Okay, for the slings, it starts from 125 ringgit up to 200 plus, depending on the kind of fabric that you are interested in. I mean, the coarser the fabric is, it's usually a lot cheaper. But if you want it like really soft, straight out of the box, and really sturdy, then it's going to be a little bit pricey.
The more structured carriers, the tie and the...
I see. The structured carriers starts from around 289 to 339, depending on the design that you want and the complexity of, you know, the intricacy of the embroidery. Yeah, and the tie retails for 289.
All right. So all of your products are made here in Malaysia?
Yes, proudly made here in Malaysia.
That's fantastic. Now, how's the response been to Babywearing? Now, you mentioned just then you've seen a few mums walking around shopping with their slings. Now, since you started, have you seen an increase in the trend of Babywearing here in Malaysia?
Definitely. Well, apart from seeing it risen in sales, right? I've actually seen it outside when I go shopping and when I go traveling as well.
Right.
Yeah. It's really nice to see, you know, when at the airport while waiting for the flight to come, especially, right? So instead of, you know, pushing in the stroller straight, going...
it's also one less piece of luggage to carry.
So you can just check in your stroller and just carry your child in the sling or in the carrier and go straight up onto the airplane.
It's so easy. It can go anywhere. And it's very, very convenient.
And especially if, let's say, you are traveling, right? You need to use public transport. Well, I have experience. I bring both my stroller and also my carrier, and it's a little bit cumbersome. You know, let's say if you want to get onto the train, especially to fold up the stroller and then bring it onto the train, right? So I have, to a point, stopped bringing the stroller when I go traveling. Because I have my husband to carry around. But when he was smaller, I carried him myself.
That's fantastic. Now, you mentioned your son, you started carrying him at 3 months. Some people start as early as newborn. But is it ever like too late to start with a carrier? You know, maybe a child who has not been used to a carrier, suddenly you've been restricted movement, now you have to stick to mum all the time.
I see. Well, every baby is different, right? So some babies really like to be hugged. I have, you know, demoed to my customers. So some babies are really willing, you know, from day one to be inside the carrier. But for babies, I don't know, maybe after 6 months, it's going to be taking, you got
to get used to it.
You got to coax the baby a little to be the sling, to be in the sling. So I would suggest maybe try wearing at least from 1 month onwards.
Okay. And the carriers, I'm assuming they would be washable. You just throw them in the washing machine, and
that's what I do.
Easy to maintain.
For first wash, I recommend, you know, putting it in the washing machine net and then wash it alone.
Right.
You know, in case there might be leftover dyes, if it's a dark colored fabric, right? And after a few cycles, then I think you can just mix it with your other clothes. Yeah.
All right, there you go. Very convenient, easy to take care of, and also convenient for the mum on the go.
Yes. So if you'd like more information, or if you'd like to pick up one online, log on to www.jumpsacbaby.com. That's sac without a K, by the way.
Yes, S-A-C. Now, let's talk a little bit about it's International Baby Wearing Week this week.
Yes.
See, that was one thing that I would never have Googled.
Well,
not Shalmi.
Now you do know. Now you do know.
It's International Baby Wearing Week.
Yeah. Okay.
And what does that celebrate? That just celebrates, you know, encouraging mums to do it.
It's pretty much encouraging moms to start baby wearing their child because it has a lot of benefits. You know, apart from just the bonding, baby gets more secure, and you also get to do lots of works at the same time.
Yeah,
you don't feel constricted. Yeah, I like that. I can, like, you know, squeeze here and there, not having to wait in line. I say if I have to bring the stroller around, right? Yeah, and the theme this year is a world of possibilities. You see, so it means a lot of things, right? I mean, for me, it has been a necessity for me, and I hope the message that I'm trying to bring when I do JumpSac Baby is that it is also going to help other parents out there. Yeah, not just, you know, some people see it as a trend. Well, but I don't see it that way because it has helped me because I have a colicky baby, right? So it is really evident that it has helped me. And also I have parents asking me, is it suitable for preemies as well? Yeah. Based on my research, before I started recommending people that it is also suitable for preemies, I researched, and it says preemies will thrive, you know, when you hold them close to you. But how long can you know, keep holding your baby? Like, you can't hold baby for hours and hours without aching your arms, right? So that's where the sling comes in handy, you know?
Fantastic. So there's a testimony for you from a mum who's tried and tested it.
All right, thank you very much, and Shaz, for being on the show.
Once again, that website is www.jumpsacbaby.com.